very much. You guys good? Yeah, me too. I had an amazing weekend. I had a life-affirming experience actually. I was playing table tennis with Seb, who is my godson. He's 8 years old, and it was beautiful. You know, I fucking crushed him. Do you know what I mean? It's like the Disney Channel. I fucked him up. You know. He didn't stand a chance. That's what the coach said anyway. You know. So. That's the thing, right? Because I've got a never say die attitude, you know. If I've been on the Titanic when it was sinking, you know the way they always shout, "Women and children to the lifeboats," yeah? Well, if I've been there, they'd have said, "Shit, how's that 6'5" black woman rowing so quickly?" I had no idea Skunk Anansi was on this boat. Anyway, we reached that point. You know what kids are like? He's doing one of these. He's like... I'm like, "Seb, mate, why are you crying? I said you could owe me the money." We'll win it back at poker, you know, whatever. Oh. Things were very different when I was his age. When I was 8, right, I can remember when McDonald's was a luxury. And look at it now, it's a toxic brand. So I came up with an idea for an ad campaign for them. Tell me what you think, right? McDonald's, £1.99 for a comfortable place to shit, free cheeseburger. Come and drop off a quarter pounder, I love it, you know? Oh, man. Yeah, I live in Brighton. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brighton. Give me a cheer if you know Brighton. Yeah, it's a total hipster town. You know, it's full of, there's hipsters everywhere. It's the kind of place, right, where if you flip a coconut over your shoulder, you'll knock a vegan off his longboard. You know what I mean? Namaste. I have this mate, right, vegan Mark, and he's always on my case. He's like, "Anne, you know, why don't you stop eating so much meat and start eating tofu? I'm like, "Mate, I don't like tofu. Tofu is what happens if you suck the taste out of cheese." Yeah, mate. You know, but I was desperate to kind of fit in. I want to do my bit, so I converted to gluten intolerance. It's much the same thing. So you guys, you all into social media, that kind of shit? Not this half of the room so much. I tell you what, you should give it a try. It's wicked, man. I've got like 1,500 friends on Facebook. I've got 1,500 friends on Facebook, but a lot of them, I'd say probably most of them, I wouldn't go out for a drink with, because to be honest, right, if I fancied going out for a drink with someone who I'd met once, who I could vaguely remember, I'd call my biological dad. Oh, don't do that. Fuck off. No. Parents are like kidneys. As long as one's working, you're fine. That's how I... Yeah, so, I mean, it really pisses me off, actually, because I grew up in a single-parent family, and I hate when people say stuff like, you know, kids from single-parent families, they don't have proper role models and shit. Because my mum, she was my hero, and look at me now, successful, independent, black woman. No, it's true. I got reviewed recently in the Brighton Argus. Do you know what they said? They said that I was the authentic voice of the black community in Brighton. I am the black community in Brighton. Oh, mate. So, I was in London the other day, and I witnessed this thing, right? I saw a white English guy, and he was racially abusing a white guy from Eastern Europe, and that made me feel overlooked, to be honest with you. I thought that was our things, you know what I mean? It wasn't working. Because that's the thing, I love being the centre of attention. I fucking love it. I love it. I think that's why my mum sent me to an all-white public school, you know? So I really stood out. Do Do you know, like, in posh schools in England, you know, public schools, private schools, whatever, teachers are known as masters, which meant from the age of 11 I had to call some old white guy master. I was only there for a year, but it was like 12 months a slave, you know? Yeah. Do you know the hardest thing about coming from a working class background and going to a posh school like that is when you go back to your hometown, you've got to try and fit in. And I really struggled to adjust in that way until I got a really good bit of advice from a friend of mine, Sean. He said to me, Anthony, don't ever wear that cravat again. Yeah. My racist housemaster, he actually put up he put up a poster in the window of the boarding house where I lived, and it said no other children were to talk to me. And I tell you what, in my 40 odd years, that's the closest that I've ever come to having an agent. You know, it's bullshit, I've got to do my own posters now, it's fucking ridiculous. But you know what, right? I don't want any of you to feel sorry for me because, you know, it's a boarding school in the 80s. And what you've got to understand about private schools in the 80s was that it's probably better to be unloved than loved too much. That was the time. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Do you know what my response is to racial injustice, that kind of thing? I decided from that experience to live my life as a contradiction of all of the negative stereotypes and cliches that you read about black guys. That's why I go skiing every year. I don't even like skiing, but somebody's got to go, you know? Do you know what I mean? Laugh it up. When I get home, I've got to listen to Coldplay, you know? No, but seriously, I see myself a bit like, I'm the Rosa Parks of skiing, you know, like... Verbier's my Selma, I ain't going to the back of the queue. No justice, no peace. Yeah. It's just me and a friend of mine, Vegan Mark, you know, we're the only two black guys, as far as I know, skiing in Europe. And so we decided to call ourselves NWA. Niggas with altitude. Yeah. Oh. Do you know what? I think pornography is really stupid. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Okay, controversial. No, pornography is really stupid because I don't see how people treat it as a functioning alternative to sex. Like, I'll give you an example, right? I love reading, but it wouldn't occur to me to watch a film about a man reading a book that I'd quite like to read. Do you know what I mean? Where's the fucking joy in that, you know? Do you know what I mean? I can't wait for him to get to chapter 13. It's ridiculous. You wouldn't do that in any other sphere of your life. You know, you wouldn't say, hey guys, come round to my house for dinner and then just switch the cooking channel on, would you? It's insane. And the thing about it is, there's no accountability in pornography. You know, you watch it, like, I'll give you an example, right? You take the traditional porn narrative, right? And what it is, you've got a bunch of supermodels, they're in a house, they order pizza, none of them got any money, strangely, and a guy rocks up from Deliveroo, delivers their pizza, they're like, nom, 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 nom. Oh shit, we've got no money. And he goes, I've got a way you can pay, bow, chicka, wow, wow. But it doesn't end there, does it? Because he gets back on his bike, he goes back to his office, and you know, his boss says, look mate, you've been gone for 2 hours, what the fuck? It's like, oh yes, something cropped up. And he goes, okay then, well where's my money from that last drop? And he goes, well I haven't got it. And his boss goes, well, this dick ain't gonna suck itself, is it? So, is it you? You're a lawyer? Yeah, I don't worry, that sounds better. I used to be a criminal lawyer, and speaking as a criminal lawyer, I've got to say, like, the war on drugs has been a massive success, hasn't it? For drug dealers. I mean, they're fucking rolling in it. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So I just think, isn't it about time as a society we just did the obvious thing? Let's criminalise the NHS. Come on, I'm serious, let's drive that shit underground. I'll tell you why, right? You know, in some parts of the country, people wait for 2 weeks to see their GP. Nobody waits 2 weeks to speak to a dealer. Do you know what I mean? We've got street gangs out there doing all sorts, man. Street gangs. Do you know what would happen, right, if the NHS was illegal? What street gangs would be doing? Nursing. You know, it's just... It's a no-brainer. I love it. I love to have my GP on speed dial, 365 days a year. I've got a problem. Boop, 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 boop. 15 minutes later, a man rocks up in an Audi TT blacked out windows. Have you got bunions? Guys, you've been amazing. What?